So as soon as the order came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that alcohol is now completely haram, the Sahaba were so obedient. They were so obedient. They did not hesitate at all. All the alcohol they had stored in their homes for personal use, they poured it out on the streets there and then. Sayyidina Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anhuma, he has reported that at the time when the proclaimer appointed by the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam went around the streets of Medina announcing that wine was haram, whoever had a vessel of wine in his hands, he threw it there and then. And whoever had cups or goblets or flasks of wine in their houses, they brought them out and smashed it there and then. Sayyidina Anas radiallahu anhu was happily busy serving wine to a gathering of friends at that time. There were great companions, the likes of Abu Talha, Abu Ubaidah ibn al-Jarrah, Ubay ibn Ka'b, Suhail radiallahu anhum. When the voice of the proclaimer struck their ears, everybody present in that gathering said, "Now pour all this wine down on the ground and break all cups and goblets and ewers and pitchers." In some narrations it is said that it was immediately with the announcement that wine had become unlawful, that everyone who had a cup of wine reaching close to his lips was electrified. They threw it away there and there. That day wine was flowing down the streets of Madinatul Munawwara like a stream of rainwater. And as a result of that, it remained usual in the streets of Medina for a long time that rains would reactivate the smell of wine soaked in the ground, as well as its color, which would show up on the surface. And we know how difficult it is to try and stay away from a habit which we are so accustomed to. So the Sahaba, it was their habit of consuming wine. And they could not stay away from it, even for a little while. But the Sahaba were the Sahaba. As soon as the command came, and where alcohol was made haram completely, they completely submitted themselves to the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that love that they had for alcohol, they started hating alcohol in a similar manner. And my dear friends, what do we learn? This is what we learn. This is Islam. Islam, aslama yuslimu. This is where the word Islam comes from. Aslama yuslimu. To submit yourself. So when we see an order of Allah, immediately we should submit ourselves to that order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, regardless of whether we understand the logic behind it or not. Such were the Sahaba. Such was their obedience. As soon as the order came that alcohol is now haram, they let go of alcohol.